Now we're going to move on to additional services for data in Azure. And these are meant to enhance your experience with data, very similar to what we saw with Azure Data Factory. So the first one we're going to look at is Azure Stream Analytics. And this is a great service for those of you who are interested in real-time analytics. So if you are ingesting a lot of fast-moving data, whether that's gaming or even IoT devices, weather, any data that's just fast-moving that you need to analyze quickly, Azure Stream Analytics is going to work for you. So the way it essentially works is that it uses a service called Event Hubs that is meant to ingest this data and analyze it quickly, and also move along to either Azure ML services that you can leverage, or just go and save that data. And then you can also continue on and deliver these insights to whatever your end result is. So whether it's just analyzing this data and storing it somewhere, or notifying somebody else about what is happening to this data, Azure Stream Analytics is going to be great for you if you need that data in real time. The next one is Azure Databricks, and this is essentially your Spark workspace in your Spark workload, if you are familiar with Spark in the cloud, specialized with Azure. So things that you know and love about Spark, like Kafka, ingesting data in real time, and also, Event Hub, where you can ingest data in real time. And you also have things like Data Factory to ingest data as well, maybe move it, orchestrate any type of transformations and things like that. And then you can also go ahead and do machine learning and use any of the current Azure options for storing your data. Here we have Cosmos DB, SQL, whatever other services you want, and then you can go ahead and serve that to whomever or wherever you'd like. So if you are more familiar with Apache Spark, definitely check out Databricks. And if you are interested in computation and kind of what options are available in Azure, definitely check out Azure Machine Learning Studio and kind of see what's available there. It's a really great way for testing out and experimenting your compute resources versus what's in the cloud versus what you currently have. And another great thing with Azure Machine Learning Studio is that they have options for CPU or GPU, and it also automatically scales to meet your compute demands. Now, if you want a little bit more control over your compute resources and your entire compute environment, you can check out virtual machines on Azure. And I mentioned this before when we talked about SQL and MySQL and Azure SQL deploying it to a VM, and how there's templates. There's also templates as well for virtual machines. And there's also many options and many distributions for Linux, Red Hat, OpenSUSE, too many to name. I can't think of any more on top of my head, but there's also Windows if you prefer that. And there's a vast set of options. So from general purpose, if you just need like a side VM to do whatever task that you need to do, all the way to high performance compute, GPU powered virtual machines, and more. There's a large set of options, so definitely check that out if you need a little bit more control. But if you're just curious, definitely see if Azure Machine Learning Studio can be an option for you to kind of experiment, because virtual machines, though they are very handy, they can be a lot, especially if you are new to the cloud. So that would be my tip for you. So to wrap up I just wanted to touch on where your data could essentially fit in Azure. And before you really come to an answer for that, you need to answer some of these questions. You want to think about the structure, how large it is, where will some or all of your data live, any tools or services that you really need, you can't live without, who will be accessing this data, and what is your need for compute. These are just a small set of questions, and you might have even more tailored questions, and I would highly encourage you to check out the docs in Azure to see if there is any more information that you can get, and for any of your specific answers that you might have about your data and how to get it into the cloud. Now, if you're curious about migration, which I've talked about a lot, so when it comes to migration, I know I've mentioned a lot, there are a few options for you. So for databases, most of these are going to exist inside of the Azure Migrate service. It's kind of the catch-all for all migrations. So if you want to do any database, if you want to migrate any database that you might have, you'll want to check out Azure Database Migration Service. If you have SQL Server on a server, you can check out Azure Database Migration Assistant. And what's so great about these is they can actually all assess your data set and see if there's there'll be any weird compatibility issues, or if something will go wrong before you even do the migration. Also, if you have any data that is like Cosmos DB, for example, a MongoDB database that you'd like to migrate, definitely check out the Cosmos DB data migration tool. For files, you can use the service called AZ Copy. It's a little command line tool that you can use, or you could also set up a file share with Azure Storage and Explorer, and then you could copy your files over, and then you could use Azure Data Factory to migrate those files to blob storage if you prefer them to be in blob storage. Just a little tip there. So definitely experiment with that if that is of interest to you. And finally, your choice really depends on your data. So this is just a little map here for you to kind of decide what choices and what data storage option you can pick. If you feel a little lost, definitely take a look at this chart and see if this will kind of get you closer to the answer that you might be looking for. You've probably noticed that throughout this presentation there's been this little URL in the bottom left corner, and this leads to a bunch of resources on what we covered today. It also includes the samples for this presentation, the summary of this presentation, and some more info on where to go from here. It includes some specific documentation on what we talked about, and also some Microsoft Learn modules if you're interested in going through some self-guided tutorials as well. So thank you so much for coming to this presentation. I hope you learned a lot, and I hope that you have a lot of fun with data in Azure, and please feel free to reach out to me if you have questions. Thank you.